Welcome to A View from the Cheap Seats podcast. I'm your host, Danny G, and I'm joined by Jimmy G.
Aloha, Danny.
What's going on?
Same old thing. Phillies blow another seed.
Yeah.
Actually, they won a game.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it only makes sense. It's Wheeler's game. So, but yeah, that throws us right into the recap. The Phillies split a 4-game series against the division-leading Mets. They find themselves fourth in the NL East with a 36-39 record, 5 games out of first. Well, I think they're tied for third with was it Washington or is it it's the Braves. Yeah. So
Washington just won 10 games in a row.
Yeah, they're on fire. But yeah, Zach Wheeler, like you said, bounced back after his worst performance of the year. Went 7 innings yesterday, no runs allowed, and struck out 8. The Phillies are in Cincinnati tonight to play the Reds in what was a makeup game from the 2nd of June. Spencer Howard gets the start. Bryce Harper's back in the lineup, and Andrew Knapp's behind the plate. JT Realmuto gets the rest. First pitch at 6:40. So I guess we'll start this off talking a little bit of Phillies. So like you said, they did blow that game.
Well, the first Wheeler's game, the bullpen gave up 2 runs.
Yeah, and they only pitched 2 innings. Alvarado gave up a run, and Archie Bradley gave up a run.
Yeah. They stink.
Yeah. I think this year really goes to show that Girardi, I know that obviously the bullpen's horrible, but I just think the biggest issue right now on the team is definitely Girardi. Because I don't think you can get anywhere with a good manager.
He doesn't know how to use the bullpen.
Yeah, that too. Exactly. Yes, the bullpen is bad, but when you have a manager that doesn't know how to manage the bullpen or use the bullpen correctly, then it's going to be even worse. You know, Never shouldn't have been the closer for that long.
He batted Eflin, and then the next inning he took Eflin out. He didn't even pitch.
Right.
And you had a guy on first base and you bat the pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. If you're going to take him out,
especially if you're going to take him out, it makes no sense.
No, it's a horrible move.
Yeah. It's been a bunch of questionable moves with Girardi this year. Like we've said, pretty much every podcast we're talking about a new move that Girardi made. But it just like that game that they blew against the Mets the other day. That was a disgrace. Going into the bottom of the 9th, you were up 3-2, and you blew it. Neris gives up the run, and you keep him in there.
Well, listen, you got to score more runs than 3. But
you
got to be able to win a tight game with the bullpen.
Exactly, but the bullpen has not showed that they can win a tight game.
No, they stink.
Exactly. So I don't think you can't expect your offense to put up a lot of runs every game. You can't expect them to put up 12 runs. You need your bullpen to come in clutch once in a while. The offense can come in clutch. We've seen that. Although they may be a little bit inconsistent, the bullpen has shown that they definitely cannot win a tight game.
I would rather have the bullpen suck if it was the young guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to see Alvarado anymore. I already know what he is.
Right. Same thing with Neris.
It's Hector Neris. Archie Bradley. I'm sorry. These guys, listen, I'd rather see the young guys in
there. Right. And I mean, speaking on the young guys in the minors, apparently their last couple of first rounders, Bryson Stott and Mick Abel, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, his last name, but they've been impressing in the minors. And Stott's in Double-A. I don't know if Abel's in Double-A yet, but he was the most recent one, I think. Most recent first rounder.
Yep.
So that'll be a while, understandably, but I guess that's a good sign, but how long until we see those guys in the majors? I mean, knowing the Phillies with how they handle their farm system, it'll be a while.
I just hope Dabrowski doesn't start trading young guys for
Yeah,
veterans.
yeah, because
You're
they're
not
not in
gonna
a position to win.
You're not beating the Dodgers.
Right. You only do that if you're in a position to win. You trade young guys for win now pieces, and they're not in that position. You need.
I would explore the option of trading Segura, trading Hoskins.
Yeah, they're in the opposite, trading older guys for young guys.
Yep.
But I don't know. I do want to talk about a little bit of Bryce Harper because I feel like
Dog Harper.
Huh?
Dog and Harper.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of scaring me a little bit with Harper. I don't know. What say you? How do you feel about Harper being a little bit not running out the ball, not producing as much as you hoped, especially on the offensive end, which you paid him for? What's your outlook on that?
If you're not winning, he's not interested. So to me, he doesn't show by example, and he should be benched.
Right. I mean,
he's got a big contract.
Yeah. That's a bad look. If you're saying, if that's how you see it, if you see it as he's not going to play his hardest when the team's not winning, that's bad. That's terrible character. And yeah, I mean, if that's the case, yes, bench him. But I don't know. That's an issue. That kind of alarms you in a way, if that's the case with Harper. I just think the lack of production over the past couple of years, like even then when they had a chance to make the playoffs, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lack.
Solo home runs.
Mm-hmm.
His solo cup.
Yeah, I think it's been a lack of production over the past couple of years, not just this year. This year, it's an all-time low. I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's possible that we see a better Bryce Harper in the future, or have we already seen the best?
I think you already saw the best. I think what right now is you got to protect your investment and either figure out a way to get him at first base, because he's not going to be able to play the outfield the whole length of that contract.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to start protecting him.
Right. So you think a future move of Bryce Harper to first would be probably a smart move?
Or if they come up with the DH. If National League goes to the DH, then you're set.
I think that eventually happens, but I think,
can't count on it. Can't count on it. That didn't happen.
Right, but you also have, like that even opens up. Like if that happens soon, you could play, Bryce Harper in the outfield. You can always rely on Bryce Harper to be able to play the outfield. He's played it his whole career.
Right. But I'm saying you give him a rest.
Yeah, like use the DH as a rest opportunity. Like sometimes, like they did with Real Muto when they play the AL.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I really think it should be added, because it'll preserve players a lot more. Bryce Harper, like my thing with him, and I'll ask you this: do you think it's possible that him starting baseball and playing this hard at such a young age caused maybe this lack of production to settle in now?
He's just hurt. He's dealing with nagging injuries right now.
Right. Do you think that's possible?
And nobody's getting on base. Nobody's getting on base in front of him. You don't have Segura. You have Hoskins. He strikes out. He's a strikeout king if he's not in a streak. You have nobody that gets on base. So he can't produce runs. It goes to show why he has 11 solo home runs.
Right.
There's nobody getting on base.
Yeah.
He don't even have 20 RBIs, does he?
No. I don't think so. No, he might. I'd imagine. Hold up. I'll look into that, but Yeah, Bryce Harper. I don't know. You don't think nagging injuries could be a result of hard play? Like, I mean, you see his swing. It's he puts a lot into every swing. Maybe
but
back injury.
He's been doing that for years.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think that could be?
I think that. I just think two combinations are going on here. One, they're losing too many games.
Mm-hmm.
He's not into it. He's not a loser. He doesn't want to lose, and there's nothing he could do. That's what he said. We got to give Dabrowski a reason to get us players. Well, right now they're not giving you any reason to get players.
Yeah, no, not at
all.
all.
A reason to sell instead of buy.
Mm-hmm.
So
by the way, Harper has 21 RBIs on the season.
Yeah, 21, 11 solo home runs.
Yeah.
Come on, you can't run into a 3-run homer once in a while.
He's batted in himself more times than he's batted in other players.
Right, because there's nobody on base.
Yeah.
Because their manager is a boob. Their manager is a dope.
Yeah.
He's a dope.
What are the chances that he is on the hot seat, though?
He's the worst manager in NL East.
Yeah. Well, what are the odds? What are the chances that the Phillies possibly move on from him this season?
They're not going to move on from him.
You think he stays?
They'll give him one more year. One more year.
Nat, do you think next year could be any better?
Nope. Not as long
so
as
you think we're going to see the same?
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting. I mean, yeah, I do think the Phillies will give him one more year. Do I think he deserves another year? Probably not. I think Girardi, I don't know. He gets too much credit for being a World Series winning manager. That's how I feel, being a World Series winning manager, and he had so many all-stars on the team, so many superstars. Like, why does he get credit for that? Of course you're going to have a successful season as a manager when you have very successful players on the team, multiple successful players. But why can't he do the same? There's a couple superstars on this team: Bryce Harper, Realmuto, Segura, who's batting over 300.
Yeah, well, Segura's hurt. Beatty's hurt. You got the middle of your infield's out.
Right. So
that means a lot. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's been constant. They've at least how many. I want to look into this, after the podcast, and I'll mention it in the next one. But how many games have Didi, Realmuto, Harper, and Segura played together?
I can't tell you. Not many.
Can't be a lot, So maybe injuries. Maybe injuries is the reason. Maybe that's why you do give him another year. Do you think this season would be drastically different if they were able to play most of their games together?
Well, I think they would have a better record. How much better? I don't know.
Right.
But with that pitching staff, what the starter pitchers did this weekend over the Mets, you should have won at least 3 of the 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should have swept them. You beat DeGrom. Eflin outpitched DeGrom. He outpitched.
Yeah, you had a chance to beat DeGrom.
And you lost that game.
Yep.
Bullpen stinks.
Yeah.
Hector Neris should not be on a team. He should be designated for assignment. Mm-hmm. He should not be on a team anymore. He's blown 7 saves.
Right.
In a week.
Yeah.
They have how many blown saves? 19 blown saves.
19. And 9 of them come from Neris.
It's too much. That's what I said. If they had a closer, it should be totally different.
Yeah. Yeah,
totally different.
Yeah, you have a closer, even with dealing with all these injuries.
And deal with the defensive woes, you'd still be in first place if you had a closer.
Right. Right. Now, I do, I was going to get into this next, but you brought it up before me. Good job. You predicted the next topic. I want to talk about the defensive woes. That's an issue. This has been the worst defensive team in the league.
Let's see. You got a third baseman that should be at first base. You got a first baseman that should be at DH.
Right, but there's been errors. There's been errors in other parts of the field too.
But the most errors and most glaring errors are Bohm and Hoskins.
Mhm.
Hoskins wearing sunglasses on your hat doesn't help you when the ball's thrown into the sun and you can't catch it, and you have your sunglasses on your hat instead of on your eyes. That makes no sense.
Yeah,
And then the manager doesn't do anything. He doesn't bench.
I remember when I used to play baseball. I used to I thought wearing sunglasses in the field was cool, but I couldn't wear sunglasses because I had glasses. Right. I remember I used to try and wear my sunglasses on top of my glasses, but I just looked like an idiot.
You had the flip downs.
What?
You should have got the flip downs under your glasses.
Well, my glasses are the transitions. They get darker in the sun, but I want those cool looking sunglasses. Like you can see the color in them too.
You can get them prescription.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can.
Man, I should have done it. That's unbelievable. But sunglasses have no use when they're on your hat.
No. What are they doing? The hat's not seeing the sun? Come on.
Right.
He should have been benched. And he wasn't. Then his comment is, the error was bad, but don't forget to write about the good things. What good things? You haven't had a winning record in 9 years. Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen, he's got the players spouting off saying stuff that they shouldn't be saying. It goes back to the manager. The manager is a boob. He's a dope. Do
you think he has any control of the clubhouse?
What's that?
Do you think he has any control of the clubhouse?
No way. He's a boob. He's a dope.
So it's clear that you don't like Girardi.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that's the consensus from a lot of the fans.
Manager. I'm going to say how. How's he a good manager? Tell me why he's a good manager.
Yeah.
Because he won a world championship? Yeah, with a bunch of all-stars.
Right. You can't really find a consistent reason why. I mean, and a lot of people say he shouldn't have, in 2009, he shouldn't have beat the Phillies.
The Phillies should have won that. If Hamels was on his game, they would have won.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. I think Girardi, like I've said, gets a lot of too much credit for the World Series win. There's no way he should get that much credit. But yeah, I think that wraps up a lot of the Phillies talk. I mean, we clearly think that the center of the problems go back to the bullpen and the manager. I mean, the manager obviously is the source, the main problem, but you have outlying problems in the bullpen, defensive issues, and just injuries. I mean, despite having manager issues, and just poor play, and nothing's going right for the Phillies either. With injuries.
That's him too. Oh, we're going to get breaks. Listen. Good teams make their own breaks. Good teams play to win, not looking for breaks. Yeah. He's a boob, man. He's the worst manager in the NL East.
Is that your favorite insult?
What, is being a boob?
Yeah.
Well, I could say a lot of other things, but we got to keep it clean, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Good idea. Well, is that your favorite clean insult?
Yeah.
There you go. Because you say it a lot, and about Girardi. I don't think have you called anybody else that?
No.
I think it's just Girardi.
I didn't even call Kapler that.
Wow. So Girardi's on a whole different level.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
I like
Oh
Kapler.
man.
I didn't think Kapler was a bad manager. I thought they didn't have enough players.
Yeah, well, a lot of people turned, him being an analytical manager
Did you
to
see what Nick Pavetta said?
what?
Nick Pavetta says the reason why he's doing so much better is because he's in a winning atmosphere. They know how to win in Boston. That's a direct slap at the Phillies. Phillies don't know how to win. They've always been they're losing this franchise in professional sports, and it's never going to change until you fix the minor leagues where you can get players and bring them up and have a winning culture. Girardi promotes nothing. He is a boob. He's a dope.
There it is again. But yeah, I haven't seen from like players leading by example like Harper. He should be a leader in the clubhouse. Your manager should be a leader in the clubhouse.
How many World Series did Washington win with Harper?
None.
Exactly. You need other pieces.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not saying that you don't need other pieces.
Washington won because of pitching, and in the playoffs, pitching wins majority of the games.
Yeah,
pitching will win in the majority in the playoffs.
Yeah, they had two dominant starters.
Starting pitching staff. You have guys that can produce, as you just saw last weekend. You got to have the bats too.
Yeah, look,
you got to play hurt once in a while. He had a little bruise. He took him out. The ball bounced on the ground and then hit him. It was a slider. How much did that could have hurt? I mean, it was a friggin' slider. It bounced on the ground, then hit him. He took himself out of that game. That shows me that he doesn't care.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Your best player, well, you're supposed to be best player, should be a leader.
Right. He doesn't lead by example.
Nope. Yeah. You should have. That's what makes a winning culture. That's what makes a winning atmosphere, and you don't have that.
But I would entertain thoughts on trading him.
Well, now talk to me. What would a Bryce Harper trade look like?
I don't know.
Are you looking for prospects, or are you looking for a star player in return?
Prospects. I want prospects. I would think about trading.
Well, if you explore the possibility, you lose Realmuto's window by looking for prospects. You lose the window of Realmuto. You lose the window of.
They're not going to compete for 5 years, Danny. I would trade these guys and build my farm system up.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move.
You're not going to win. You're not winning next year. You're not. You're not winning next year.
I don't know. I don't think they're as far away as people think from winning.
You're closer to winning in 3 years when you have start up. You figure out what's going to go on with Hoskins and Bohm.
I don't know.
You have all these other players. You need to infuse more young talent on this team.
I think yes, you need young talent, but I think there's a point where you have too much young talent.
Okay, but then you can go out and get a veteran.
For what? Like free agency? Or are you talking
free agency? You get rid of Realmuto, Harper, Segura.
Yeah.
Didi.
Obviously, you have a lot of cap space. But what is to guarantee that this young talent is actually talent in the majors? We haven't seen Stott in the majors. Alec Boehm had a regression in it.
Would you rather have this? Would you rather have this?
It depends. I don't think they're as far away as people think, as you think.
I disagree. You got a guy.
I mean,
you got a dog in the right field that don't want to play.
Yeah.
The catchers regress. How many players has he thrown out this year?
I don't know. Do you have a stat?
No, I
Do you have the
don't.
stat?
No, I don't. But I
How?
guarantee it's way lower than it was last year.
I mean, maybe, but I think the bat's still there for Realmuto.
I'm saying he's regressed because they're not winning. You got this bullpen. The bullpen's an issue for 3 years straight. You can't get the bullpen right. How the hell are you going to get anything else right?
Right.
I get aggravated when I talk about the Phillies.
Yeah, I can tell. Trying to find where's it at?
Well, here's the thing. I know it's off topic, but they're taking down a Carson Wentz a picture on the Linc. Who would you replace that with?
Fletcher Cox.
How about Brandon Graham's strip sack?
Yeah, I mean, you could put that on there, yeah.
That's going to live forever.
You won't ever have to take that one down.
Nick Foles is still playing.
Yeah.
That strip sack will last forever.
Yeah, I mean, you won't. Yeah, like I said, you won't have to take that down.
Nope. Ever.
Yeah. Trying to think. There's not a lot of Eagle stuff to talk about. There's not a lot going on.
I just gave you stuff.
Well, yeah, obviously they're taking down Carson Wentz at the Linc. I mean, they should. That should have been done a while ago. But, no, like I don't know. I mean, okay, give me your outlook on the season. Obviously, I know you don't think it's going to be a successful season for the Eagles, but what are your expectations? What are your official expectations heading into July training camps?
It ain't good. I don't see this team winning more than 5 games. Sorry, I don't. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I don't see them winning more than 5 games.
Okay. I don't know. I think Freddie G thinks that the Eagles are going to surprise people this year. So.
Yeah, everybody's saying, "Well, they might surprise." They ain't surprising nobody.
Well, Freddie G's never wrong. Freddie G's never wrong. Remember, he predicted the Suns in the finals.
They ain't make
Suns
it yet.
look like they're going to make it.
They didn't make it yet.
He predicted the Suns. How about this? He predicted the Suns being a good team, and he was right.
That wasn't hard. Just look at the team.
I don't know.
The Eagles win. I'd say 5 games.
Okay, so your official prediction is 5 games for the Eagles this year.
Yep.
I say they win 9. 9 games this year.
You're down for.
Yeah, I know. I'm crazy. I know.
You're down for a letdown.
Yeah, well, isn't that the story of our lives? Letdowns?
Well, if you listen to your uncle, you won't be let down.
Well, you told me that the Sixers were going to be NBA champions, and I was let down.
They should have been. I didn't know Ben Simmons was going to crawl up like a little girl and cry.
But no, I mean, look, you say listen to you, but you're wrong. You're wrong. It's recent too.
Sometimes we're wrong, but I'm telling you, this one, I'm right.
We'll see.
I'm right.
We'll see. You seemed pretty confident when you said that the Sixers would be the next NBA champions.
It's going to be a bad year. I'm sorry. I don't want it to be a bad year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm dead wrong. I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
but realistically, I don't see them winning more than 5 games.
I say 9 games, and I think that adding a true wide receiver, changing up the coaching staff, maybe this coaching staff turns it around. I think that's what we'll see. going forward. So I don't know. That's why I think that's why my win totals.
Who's your other corner?
Zach McPherson, the man. The man.
Got too many holes on this team, Dan.
I don't know. They might sign Steven Nelson. They might turn around and sign him.
Yeah, they might sign. Norm Van Brocklin too.
That'd be awesome. Oh man. Yeah,
The
right.
quarterback's weak. I know you don't want to hear it, but the quarterback is weak. Okay. I don't know what you have in running backs.
Freddie G says he likes Jalen Hurts because he's a leader.
Listen, anybody could be a leader. There was a leader on the Titanic too. What happened to the Titanic?
It became a legendary thing.
It sunk.
Yeah.
There was leaders on the Titanic. Iceberg.
See,
Dead ahead.
Just had to ruin it.
I'm being realistic.
It's okay.
Listen, we'll be excited next May, when the Eagles are drafting and they're drafting 3 number 1 picks. And one of them is going to be in the top 5.
I mean,
their pick is going to be in the top 5.
My, desire, my wants for the Eagles is it either needs to be a really bad season or a good season where you're in the playoffs. I don't want any in the mediocre middle range.
Playoffs? You're talking playoffs?
The division's still bad. The division's still bad. The division is still bad, Jimmy.
You just got to be kidding me. Playoffs?
The division is still bad.
No way.
Never know. Surprise City.
Why?
Surprise.
What's surprising about the Eagles?
The unknown of Jalen Hurts.
I saw 4 games of him. I've seen enough. Can't play. He's a backup.
Well, if he starts playing good, you'll be the first to admit that you're wrong. And I'll be the first to admit I'm wrong if he starts playing bad.
He's a backup quarterback.
Okay. Yes, I know they drafted him to be a backup quarterback, but I think he surprises people. I'm in the boat with Freddie G. And I don't know.
Iceberg, dead ahead. You're in the boat. Jump out before it sinks.
Jalen Hurts. He's going to surprise you. He's going to surprise you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's going to surprise me.
He will.
He'll probably get hurt.
Why? Because he's undersized?
Then you got Flacco.
That's your man. You want that.
I don't want that. I want Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I want Jalen Hurts. I'm Jalen Hurts. I'm on the train. Jalen Hurts train.
You would rather have Jalen Hurts over Deshaun Watson?
Well, no, but I don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson right now. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody actively in trade talks with the Texans about it. I haven't seen anything on the legal front, so I don't know what's going on. But right now, I'm staying away from that until I hear more out of it. I'm Jalen Hurts train, full steam ahead.
I gotta say, you gotta start pressuring the Eagles to get Deshaun Watson. There's got to be a groundswell of fans saying, we want Deshaun Watson.
What are we doing? Marching down at the Linc?
The
NovaCare complex?
Put it on the radio. Pressure them.
Maybe. I don't know.
Don't show up to the games.
Yeah, that'll work. They're not going to show up to the games. You think Eagles fans are not going to show up to a game?
The only reason they show up down there is to tailgate and get drunk.
Yeah, exactly. So you think the people of Philadelphia will not do that?
They're the first ones to complain coming out of the Linc after they lose.
Right, but they'll still do that. They don't care.
I did it too. It's this team can't win without a quarterback, and it don't have one.
Well, I would say
Ask
give
Chris
Jalen
Sims.
Hurts a year. Chris Sims is stupid. Stop.
How's he stupid?
Well, when you put Kellen Mond, a guy a third round pick who has not stepped foot on an NFL football field, over a guy who's played 4 games in the NFL, I'm sorry. I don't care how bad Jalen Hurts was. Which he wasn't terrible. He had one great game, one good game, and a very bad one.
What great game did he have?
I think that you could either say that the New Orleans game or the Cardinals game was great.
What did he do in the second half?
Killed it.
In the second half of that game, he stomped.
Did great. Nah, I know they stopped him, but I think he was great in the Cardinals game. I think he was good in the Saints game. Doesn't matter. The defense gave up a lot of points. For his second game, I think that's a very great performance out of someone just playing their second game. So, look, you can take it how you want. I don't care. It is what it is. I think that's okay. I think the Eagles surprised people this year. So, moving on from the Eagles, I guess we could talk a little bit of Sixers and basketball in general. And something stirring up.
Talk Sixers.
Yes, we do. We are a Philly sports podcast, so yes, we do have to talk Sixers. We are very obligated to.
Okay.
So as for
them getting Damian Lillard.
Hey, you gotta let me get into the topic, man. Come on. Okay? You gotta let me get into it. You don't gotta spoil it. So you just ruined it, man. But I'll do it anyway.
You can give your reasons why you think they're going to get him. Because there's no way they're going to get him.
It's been stirring up a possible Damian Lillard trade. Damian Lillard might want out of Portland. I've seen some people say, being a loyal Trailblazer, Lillard might stay for at least another year, seeing where the organization goes. But I don't know. I mean, Portland losing in the first round this year, and just not getting where they want to be, especially with a superstar like Damian Lillard, might look, Damian Lillard might demand a trade. And I mean, that's the perfect opportunity for the Sixers. I think Ben Simmons is gone this offseason, so I don't think if Damian Lillard stays for another year, I think that's out of the question. I think the Sixers are out. But yeah, I mean, what I think a Damian Lillard trade looks like, just to throw it out there, I think that, you might be able to get away with giving up Simmons and Maxey or Thibault, so maybe only one of the two young pieces, and then multiple picks. But you might actually have to look at giving up both of them. That could be a possibility, especially for Lillard. If Simmons' value is lower than we think, then maybe. But I guess that's in my opinion what a Damian Lillard trade would look like. What do you have an idea of what it would look like, or do you agree?
Not going to happen. That's what I say.
Okay. So you're not going to give an idea of what it would look like. You just give up. You don't think it's going to happen. I just
think that they don't have enough. You don't have enough.
So you think Simmons' value is that low?
Yeah. Simmons
where you don't have enough.
Simmons killed this by him not competing in that playoff.
I don't think it did. I think it lowered it, but I still don't think it did. I don't think it killed it, but what? I don't. I think that's the common misconception. I think that I don't know. People think Simmons' value is at an all-time low. Ben Simmons is still, he's 24.
Were you watching the same playoffs that I was?
I was watching the same playoffs. But look, 2 All-NBA defensive teams, runner-up Defensive Player of the Year, 2018 Rookie of the Year,
And let me ask you this question.
and 3 All-Star appearances.
Who won the Defensive Player of the Year?
Rudy Gobert, who didn't show up in the playoffs either, but
And how
okay.
many championships does he have?
0.
Okay. So defense means nothing if you can't shoot. You got to be able to shoot the ball and put it in the hoop. Defense is overrated. It's overrated.
I don't think so.
It's overrated.
So the Sixers being a defensive team, I mean, that goes out the window.
What did it get you? They're great.
It didn't get you anywhere, but
what did it get you, Danny? You got you where you were last year. One less game.
The Bucks are a defensive team.
And they put it.
Look at where they're at.
Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton
more points than the whole NFL Hawks team.
In the fourth quarter. Yeah, I know. I saw that. But
put the ball in the hoop.
Middleton is a defensive player too. Giannis is a defensive player.
Yeah, but they didn't stop Young. Young was shooting the ball. They didn't stop him. The only thing that stopped Young was his ankle.
Was the ref that he stepped on?
The ankle.
Yeah, that's how he messed up his ankle. He stepped on the ref.
Defense is important, but in basketball, if you can't put the ball in the hoop, it doesn't matter.
So you're telling me nobody in the league will be intrigued to unlock the mystery of Ben Simmons?
No, because nobody can do it. Because
apparently Minnesota wants to trade for him badly.
He's selfish. He's a selfish player. He's in London right now.
You don't think?
With his girlfriend, instead of working on his shot.
Well, I think you can get. I think he should be in the gym, but look.
Where's Maxey at?
Oh, what? Because you showed one video of him being in the gym.
Maxey says he's in the gym every day to get better. Every day to get better. Where's Ben Simmons? In London.
Well, he's seeking comfort in his girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever. He's not. It's
a rough time. He's going through a lot.
Yeah, well, that's why you're not going to get anything for him. You get more from Maxey and Thibault than you will from Ben Simmons.
Maybe. I think I would like for the Sixers to keep Maxey at all costs, but I think the one that they would keep is Thibault. I think they keep Thibault over Maxey.
Well, Maxey's worth more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think they're going to end up getting rid of Maxey. But apparently Minnesota wants to trade for Ben Simmons badly. I don't know.
According to who?
That's just on the rumor mill.
Who are they going to give you?
Anthony Edwards.
Stop.
What? What?
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Not worth it.
For who? Us or Minnesota?
I'm not trading with Minnesota.
Why?
Because I need to get a shooter. Somebody's going to hit the three-pointer.
What about D'Angelo Russell?
You're wasting Embiid.
What about D'Angelo Russell?
No. What about Damian Lillard?
You just said it's not possible.
Well, you got to make it possible. Just because I say it's not possible, Daryl Morley's got to make it possible. He's got to figure a way to get it done. That's the only thing that can save this franchise.
If you had to think, like, I know you said it's impossible, but what is, I don't know. Can you think of any way that it would make it somewhat possible to get Dame here?
I would leave out Simmons from the trade because they don't want that contract. I would.
Well, how do you get it done without?
I would
Simmons?
trade Thibault, and Maxey, and 3 first-round picks, and see if that can get you Lillard.
I don't know.
And
I
then
don't know.
I would
Is
trade
that
Ben
enough?
Simmons to London, England, for a bag of bones.
I'm pretty sure there's better stuff in England. Some tea, crumpets.
No, bag
Only
of
trade.
bones.
No, just bones.
The bones of Davy Jones.
No memorabilia from London. Like
No,
no,
just a bag of bones.
No. Okay. Not even tea. Do you like tea?
No, I don't drink tea.
I don't blame you. I don't drink tea either. I like coffee.
I don't drink, coffee. Nope.
What do you
I
drink?
drink diet soda.
You also drink water. I saw you drinking water.
A lot of water. I drink a lot of water. Water. Philadelphia.
Hey.
Water. Water.
No. Water. Water.
Water.
Water ice. Water.
Water.
It's not water. Water. That's
Water.
the correct pronunciation. What else is there in Philly pronounced?
Jeet. Jeet.
What's that?
Did you eat yet? Jeet.
Jeet. Jeet.
How about this?
Is that just a Philly thing?
Yeah, that's a Philly thing. How about this? There's a guy out there to meet my daughter. The vitamin. Vitamin.
Vitamin.
Right.
No,
vitamin.
wait. What else? What else is there? Just one word. One word. Water.
I don't know because I'm from Philly, so anything else would sound funny to me.
Yeah. I guess you just become so accustomed to everything here, growing up in Philly. You know, it's just like that. It's right off the top of your head. No thinking about it. But going back to Sixers, I don't know.
How about talking about the series? Let's talk about the two series. The Sixers are a dead horse. Keep beating them, and it's not.
Well, I just wanted to close it out. I know we were at the end of the topic. I just wanted to close it out. But as for the Sixers, yeah, I think the only way that you save championship contention with Embiid is bring Damian Lillard here. However you get it done, it might not be likely, but however you try and get it done, it's got to get done. So we got to trust Daryl Morey, and, you know, hopefully that's what he can do. I don't want to look, I think anything less is settling, and I think Simmons' value is higher than people think. I don't think he completely tanked it. Yes, he did hurt it a lot, but I don't think it's at an all-time low. I think you're still able to get something for him. Yes, that contract is a little pretty bad, but I think getting Damian Lillard here is the only way to save the Embiid window and championship contention. That's the only star that you can get in return to be in the same place or better the following year. So Dame time in Philly, hopefully. Dame time. Just gotta hope for it. Keep praying. But like you said, let's get into the two series. Right? Tonight, the Western Conference Finals, Game 5 for Suns Clippers. Suns up 3-1. Do the Suns close it out tonight?
I say yes.
You don't think the Clippers win tonight?
Nope. It's in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, it is in Phoenix.
Yeah, it's done. It's over.
It's done. I agree. I don't think the Clippers win. I think it's gentleman's sweep for the Suns. And yeah, I think Chris Paul's back in the finals. First time in the finals. This was his first time in the Western Conference Finals. Right? So happy for Chris Paul. Now, talking about Chris Paul, I know we just said we were going to talk about the two series, but this made me think of it. Chris Paul, do you think he's a top 5 point guard, NBA history?
No.
No.
6.
You don't think?
He's 6.
You think he's 6? So, do you
If
think
he wins
him?
the championship, he goes to 5.
Okay, that's
Championship
fair. I think.
holding him down.
Yeah, that's been the major knock on him. He's a great leader, great player, great facilitator, great game manager.
He needs a
And
championship.
just that's all he's been lacking. I mean, this being his first his first conference finals. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have a lot of success with the Clippers, which was his best chance. He was stuck in New Orleans. So he had a bad road, rocky start, bad team surrounding him, but his Clippers were the best
shot
chance
right here.
he couldn't make.
You got a great team in Phoenix.
Yeah. So him winning a championship puts him at 5 for you.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think Chris Paul is one of the most underrated, like all-time NBA history-wise. I think Chris Paul is very underrated, and I think the reasoning for that is no championship. So yeah, I'm glad to see top 5. Yeah, I think he deserves top 5 with a championship. Yeah. So I guess we could talk about the Eastern Conference Finals now.
Bucks.
Hawks.
That series looks just like the Sixers series, doesn't it? They lost the first game. The Bucks lost the first game, and they won the next 2. Now let's see.
So you're saying the Hawks win the next 2?
We'll see if it repeats the Sixers. I wouldn't count the Hawks out yet. One more game. I got to see them one more game.
Right. Okay. So, Chris Middleton dropped 38 last night. Outscored the Hawks in the fourth quarter. Trae Young
he was throwing them from the dead ocean, dude, and they were going in.
Yeah, Chris Middleton's good. Chris Middleton is good. Trae Young did get injured. I think he has a bone bruise, and he's questionable for Game 4. So
he's playing.
Yeah, he's definitely going to play. But I don't know. It's something to watch. I don't know how much it'll hold him back. It did kind of hold him back in the later part of the game. So the Hawks were in it for a while. They were winning.
They were winning,
and then
they were up by, what was it, 7 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, like you said, I think you got to give the Hawks another game to see really what's going to happen. So yeah, that wraps up the NBA. Well, now let me ask. I'll ask since I asked a question about Chris Paul. I don't know. Pick for me to ask you a question. Should I ask you about Trae Young or do I ask you about Giannis?
Ask me about Young.
All right. So Trae Young, he scored 48 points in a conference finals game. He scored that would be the most points of a player 22 or younger, joining Kobe and LeBron on that list. Now, do you think, going back to the Luka and Trae Young trade, do you think it was an equal trade? Do you think somebody won that trade?
It's too early to tell.
Too early to tell. So you don't think you wouldn't be ready to call it even?
Nope.
Why?
It's too early. Because one guy's going to step out and going to be a great superstar. I think it might be Trae Young. He looks like, when he's playing, he looks like a young Michael Jordan. He does.
Really?
Yeah. He does.
Okay.
He does. So, if he turns out to be half the player Michael Jordan was, Atlanta wins.
But Luka has been consistently putting up. He pretty much averages a triple-double over a whole season.
Again, it has to go with championships. Championships define a career, especially in basketball.
So that's
Michael
why
Jordan,
it's too early
6
to tell.
championships, no losses. Greatest player ever to play the game, Michael Jordan.
Okay. So you think Jordan's better than LeBron?
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree.
Jordan's,
I thought I would used to say LeBron for a while, and I guess you can make an argument for LeBron, but I think Jordan definitely takes
he's
it.
never lost in the finals. Never.
Right. But don't you think that kind of credits to his team?
Did you see some of the teams he played with? Some of the players.
Well, I mean Pippen, Rodman. I don't know.
Rodman stunk. All he did was rebound.
That's pretty good. No, he was like Ben. Is it Ben Simmons? Rodman?
No.
No offense.
Rodman could make foul shots.
Oh, Ben Simmons, man. Ben Simmons.
You keep bringing him up.
Yeah, I gotta stop. But yeah, I guess so. So Jordan's better than LeBron, and you think the Hawks are on the better end of the trade as of now, but you think it's too early to tell.
No, I wouldn't say that because it's too early to tell right now. We get to give it
Well, I mean, your outlook on Trae Young being a possibly emerging superstar like a young Jordan.
If the Hawks go on to win the championship, what would you say?
I think it goes to Trae Young, but
exactly.
I don't think the Mavericks have done a good job of putting good pieces around Luka.
Listen, Atlanta has shoddy pieces. If Atlanta can win that series and beat Phoenix, you got to give it to Trae Young.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Don't have many weapons.
Yeah.
They have weapons against the Sixers because the Sixers suck. Where's the defense at? It's supposed to be a great defensive team, and Horder kept scoring. I think if you go down Wells Fargo right now, Horder's still scoring.
Oh, he didn't even make the trip to Milwaukee.
No, he's still scoring down in Wells Fargo.
Oh man. He just said, "Oh, how's he done in that series?"
I don't know. I see. I don't see him doing what he did against the Sixers.
Right.
Every shot he put up last night was missed.
Yeah. So, so I guess, who do you think wins the series, Eastern Conference Finals?
Probably Milwaukee.
You think Milwaukee wins? So you think we'll see a Milwaukee Phoenix?
Has more weapons.
But if you had to predict, you would say Milwaukee?
Yeah, I'd say Milwaukee against the Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix, and I think Phoenix wins.
Okay. So those are your finals predictions from the one and only Danny G. Jimmy G. But we'll get into hockey now. In the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1 tonight, Canadiens Lightning. Give me something. Talk about it. What do you predict?
If Price plays the way he played, you're not beating Montreal. If Price is, listen, a hot goaltender, that's one position in sports that can carry a team the whole way through the Stanley Cup. A hot goaltender. Hot goaltender. That's all you need. Montreal did not have Flyers have more wins than Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
But the hot goaltender at the hot great time is carrying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, good defense beats good offense all the time. Good pitching beats good offense. Defense. Unless you're the Sixers. You only have two guys.
Hey, now you got mad at me for bringing up Ben Simmons a lot. Now you're bringing up the Sixers constantly.
They're because I don't want you to come back and say, "Oh, well, you said defense," and it's just basketball defense. I think defense is overrated in basketball. I think more prevalent would be somebody like Middleton that puts the ball in the hoop.
Well, 3-and-D. Middleton's a good defender. He's a 3-and-D player.
Right.
I think that's the most valuable kind of player in the NBA.
I think Montreal can win the series. Tampa Bay's having favor. repeat.
I think Tampa Bay is heavily favored because of their experience, just coming off a Stanley Cup.
Right. That's right.
You know.
But again, you got to go with price.
Yeah.
And who's here? Know who hero is of price? Who looks up the price? Who wants to be price?
Hart.
Correct.
There you go. So could we have that happen?
I hope so.
That'd be nice. I think he improves. I think he improves next season. I don't know. It's just a rough year. What are you gonna do? People have rough years. It's how you bounce back. And I think given the long off season, I think he improves. But so your official prediction is you think that no, not official prediction. You think the Canadians have a shot at winning this series.
Yes.
As long as Price stays hot.
Yep.
Okay. Now if Price doesn't, you think Lightning.
Tampa Bay wins it 4.
Okay. Well, now do you think that what are the keys to the Lightning winning? Do you think that
just play the hockey they've been playing? Play the hockey they've been playing. Brandon Point. Them guys can score. The guys are fast. Mm-hmm. If you look at them and you look at the Flyers, you look at the Flyers in slow motion. Tampa's like light years away from what the Flyers are.
Yeah. No pun intended. Lightning.
Right.
But yeah, I mean the Lightning they play confident, They play exactly like they've been there before.
They won the Stanley Cup, dude. Yeah. Once you win it, you want to win it again and again and again.
And you know what it takes. This glare from my window is kind of making me upset.
Sunny day.
Sunny day. Oh, look at it. It's right on.
Yeah. You got to get a shade.
Yeah. Well, I do have a shade. Hold on. See if I can fix it. Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, so if you had to predict who wins the series?
What, the Stanley Cup?
No, if Price plays hot, who do you think wins the series? Do you think Price stays hot?
I stay with, I'm going to say Montreal wins.
Because that'll back up your theory.
Yep.
There you go.
I say Montreal wins.
Okay. Do you think even if the Lightning win, do you think Montreal puts up a good fight?
Yes.
So you think it goes late, like Game 6, Game 7?
If Price is playing well, it goes 7 games.
Okay. So that would if this goes 7 games, this has to be the best hockey playoffs of all time, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Do you think it already is?
Well, we'll see. The finals is the coup de grace.
Yeah, it's like double points.
The finals is where it's at.
Yeah. So, we'll see where Game 1 tonight.
Lord Stanley, oldest trophy in North America, competed for the Stanley Cup. Lord Stanley Cup. You ever read the
Fun
story?
fact.
You need to read the book about the Stanley Cup. How many places were left? How many things? Because each player gets to hold the cup for one day.
Yeah.
You know that?
Well, don't they do that with the Lombardi too?
No. Only with
That's
the Stanley
stupid.
Cup.
Not even the NBA Finals?
Nope.
That's dumb.
Only the Stanley Cup.
Wow. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's how it should be.
Yep.
Could you imagine you're just a player that didn't contribute the whole playoffs and you get to hold it for a day?
Listen, you're part of the team.
I mean, yeah, you're part of the
team.
You
might not be playing. You might not be playing, but you're playing. You're practicing, and you're practicing to help the guys that are playing get better.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
So you're part of the team.
Yeah. So, wow, that clears bad.
I heard there was a big party on Saturday.
There is a big party on Saturday.
Is that true?
That is indeed true. It is true. It is true. Saturday's the big grad party for me, of course. Yeah. So good time, good celebration. Yeah.
Rolling rocks will be flowing.
I don't know. Obviously I won't, be indulging in that kind of behavior.
I don't drink either. Hope there's diet soda.
Oh, there is. We just picked up everything today.
You went to Roger Wilco?
Yeah. Why do they card they card your whole party in there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they don't want you to buy. They don't want you to buy for minors.
Oh well. Freddie was freaked out about it. He wanted me to stay in the car. So I just told him I'd go in there, and then when he goes to check out, I'd leave.
That's all.
Right. It's that simple. You're all freaking out about it. I'm
Calm
like, dude.
down, Freddie G.
All right, calm down. Calm down. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing.
What time does the festivities begin?
At 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Did you check the weather? What's the weather?
Well, right now it's going to thunderstorm. But
little rain won't hurt.
Yeah, no, rain or shine. So rain or shine. But yeah, I guess that means time to close it down, the podcast for today. It was wonderful being. Yes, sir. It was wonderful being the host today, Danny G, full-time host now. Thank you. We will be back Wednesday for Wildcard Wednesday, and there we will be doing our first segment. Now, dude, we opened up so much coming to Zoom. You know that?
Yep.
So many possibilities. So we're going to do an Eagles quiz. I'll find an Eagles quiz that we can both try and work towards getting a 100% on.
And
so that'll be very,
music.
very.
Where's the music? You promised music.
There'll be me. It's edited in.
Where's the lead?
So it's not in there now.
Well, hell's been.
Yeah, well, I got to work towards that. I got to see what the copyright, where that stands. So that's a work in progress right now. But we will be doing a quiz on Wednesday, Sporkle quiz. I don't know if anybody's heard of it. But so we'll be looking to test our Eagles knowledge. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed the podcast today and keep spreading the word. It's been great.
Send that out to Bobby G.
Yeah.
He said he didn't get it.
You didn't get it? No. It's on YouTube. Tell him to search up A View from the Cheap Seats. I didn't upload the audio because the audio was choppy, but I'll upload this one to Anchor.
Right.
The last one was on YouTube still, but
I subscribe to our channel already.
I'd hope so. Thank you.
I was thinking about it and I said, maybe I should.
Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe this might be a good idea. But yeah. So please keep continuing to spread the word. Send it to your friends because this is something we enjoy to do and we only get better every day. So, yeah, that'll be A View from the Cheap Seats. Signing out, your host, Danny G, and signing out, Jimmy G.
Aloha.
Why would you say aloha? That's hello.
It's goodbye. It's goodbye in Hawaiian, too.
It is?
Aloha is goodbye. And yeah.
That's got to be confusing.
Aloha.
That's got to be pretty confusing, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, well, aloha, people. See, that sounds like hello. No, I can't do that. Well, signing out, Danny G. And remember, the view's always better
from the cheap seat.
That's right. Don't forget it.